real loud.
I like these. Are we live right now?
We're live.
Okay, so good evening, folks, and welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Cigar, 2420 Government Street in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi. It's election night.
And live from the COVID studios in
with
the
Mort.
suburbs of Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
And we're here with Mort from COVID Studios, as he just said. I am Maverick, and Bones is to my left.
Election day, guys. But boom.
I voted. We voted. We got a full shop here tonight, so it's going to be a little loud. He has his. We know who he supports, and of course, you know who I am.
Dude, we went out there today, and there was. Okay, so here's a little election story. You know where we live to the Wesleyan Church, right?
Yep.
Okay. So she calls Anna says it's crowded, it's no place to park, blah, 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 right? So she goes, let's walk. I was like, really?
Oh.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So I put on my winter jacket, had my hat, gloves, just in case I thought it was cold out. So we walk down the block, we get down to just about 4th Street in Palmetto, right? And she goes, oh, my wallet. We turn around, she starts walking fast. I said, I'll meet you when you come back. So she goes, and I walked up a little bit, and I dropped my hat. So it was good that we went back. I picked my hat up. But I didn't walk all the way back to the house. So she comes back, and we're walking down the street. We get back to just about where we were the first time. She goes, do we need to have a mask?
Well, she's really had all
we turned around, and we started walking back. And I looked at her, and I said, I ain't walking back again. I'm taking a fucking vehicle. I said, no. So she called the girl that owns the salon, and she says, oh, yeah, park right there. That's fine. So we parked there, and it was, we ended up where the sign is in front. It went all the way along there. And we got right in that corner there, and went there, and
a couple of, the cattle line.
Yeah.
You go up once, and then you're at the same spot, but you're only 3 feet in front of yourself.
I said, we're not going to get out of here. We're not going to get up to the vote till at least 12 o'clock. And sure enough, about 5 after 12 is when we got in the room and shit. And then the lady goes, I go, do I have to wear the gloves? I got sanitizer. She goes, no, but if you don't, you got to use that machine right there. The one on the end. Nobody was that.
Was that for the dirty-handed people?
Dude, I don't know. It's not like I saw him cleaning it every time somebody used it. So it made no sense to me. So I said, okay, if I wear the gloves, can I still use that machine? Well, if it's empty, why are we not using the empty machines?
Right.
Why and then they had 2 people at the tables taking names and stuff. 2 people.
Yeah, in my place, it was a shortage of volunteers for whatever reason. But I was from getting out of the car to getting back in the car through the whole process was 50 minutes, which wasn't bad.
Mine was about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was, if I would have stayed in my car, it would have been almost 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Because they only had one machine that they were bringing out to the cars.
Oh, wow. No.
So I put on my mask, and I stayed all gloved up.
And then did the thing.
And I did the thing.
I saw my neighbor before I was leaving to come here. And I was like, Todd, did you vote today? And he's just like, oh. I'm glad you reminded me. It's like 4:30. I said, hey, as long as you're in line before 7 o'clock, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I got busy in the shop. I got doing this. I said, you need to. Now, he brought up a good point the other night when we saw him in the bar. They even threw another shit on that ballot with the 65 crap. They had the 2 questions, not just the one. Check this if you want both. They had the other one. I can't remember how it was worded.
It was a yes and a no. If it's yes, then you got the 2 choices of 65 or 65A.
Well, I vote for either one, yeah. But he goes, it brought up a good point. He said, I'm all for 65, he said. But I'm not for putting it as part of the Constitution.
That's the only way it's going to ever get any traction.
And it was just like, that kind of makes sense in a way, but we're not going to get it any other way.
state constitution is different than the United States Constitution.
Right.
So in order for it to be a law passable, it's got to be put in the state constitution.
Correct.
There's a lady about 3 people in front of her. She's telling people, well, if you vote for 65A, that's only for terminally ill patients. I'm like, no, that's not the way it works. No, that's not.
65A leaves it up to the legislature to decide when and where to do it. And
that's what I tried to explain to her. And she's like,
they've had years to do it.
She said, no, it's terminally ill only. I said, no, that's not the way it works. Just vote 65 and end it.
Yep.
Just put your check mark.
Who we got watching us tonight?
We got, let's see who's on.
Kevin and Gavin.
Everybody's out voting.
Welcome, Kevin. Oh, who's this? Oh, Streamline.
Hey, Gavin.
So, I'm smoking.
Kevin, how you doing, brother?
Get off the voting thing for a while. I got 3 cigars here. For the three manufacturers that are sponsoring are coming off our 100th episode on the 17th, right? Yes, the 17th. I got a DAV cigars by Armand Caprillion, I believe is his last name. I can't pronounce it. A Cafe, Connecticut, and a Kerhorn Stogie Road Cigars V35. I'm not going to smoke all 3 of them tonight, but I'm going to stay here until some of the things come in. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking a Frontline cigar. The Blue Line.
Nice.
Another one of our
sponsors.
Yeah, let's put that up there real quick.
Right there.
I can't see from here. Yes.
Because I like what the man posted today. He basically, I don't know if you read Mo's post or not.
Yeah.
But he says, I don't give a fuck who you vote for.
I'm still your friend.
Yeah. I went down 6 people off of my friend list in the last week.
But you know, we've always said, talking here in the shop and everything, we hold all sorts of conversations. If you can't, I'm not going to hold your opinion against you. I might not agree with you,
and that's all right.
But I'm not going to not talk to you or be your friend.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you know. It is. But I did write in Benjamin Mortensen for Congress.
I put in not that dude. I can tell you right now, I was very disappointed that my party did not have a name on the ballot.
Nobody in that position should be running unopposed.
Well, especially after that numbnuts posted what he did about stoners. The stoners are going to lose.
Oh, I missed that part.
Oh yeah, it's right on his Facebook page. He said Trump's going to win. The stoners are going to lose. Basically, get over it. That's what happens when you run unopposed. You just say to your constituents, "Fuck you! I don't care what you say."
Yeah, there's another millionaire that doesn't know what to do with his money.
You know, the guy was flat broke when he was on the verge of bankruptcy when he went to Congress.
So how did he pull that off? Oh, wait, like everybody else.
Oh yeah, imagine that. Yeah, he's a politician. He goes up there and what's he do? He politicians. It's all crooked. Yes, Caitlin, the stoners. He called anybody that was an advocate for 65, Proposition 65, stoners.
Even terminally ill people. That makes absolutely no sense what he said there.
Nope, stoners.
I never liked him from the start. I had to put up with him when he used to come into work, you know, because work for the Hurricane Hunters. He'd come in and...
Minimal. Over here in Henry County.
Hey, look, we got Shay here.
Around Atlanta. So we got
Shay
a long
who?
way to go.
Shay Dunn.
Not sure. I don't think I met that.
He comes in a cigar shop, grabs a stick or two almost every day.
Just want to mention before you go to North Carolina.
He works with wood, good artisan on wood shop. Tall guy, big beard.
Is that the powder blue shirt?
No, that's his name's what's it called? His name's Nick.
No. A is for asshole, vote 60. Okay. it really is a shame to see somebody run unopposed. That's one big problem. Another big problem that I saw with our ballot was that state flag. You know, Marilee summed it up pretty well tonight. She says, I voted yes because I'm tired of hearing about it. It's the only reason I voted yes. And I said, I think they needed more than one choice. I mean, you're voting for something, right? You're not voting for anything on this.
No, it's just yay or nay.
Yeah, yay or nay.
Yeah.
It's not a vote.
She takes after her mom. I love it.
Yeah, well.
So, Mort, you got till about 7 more days, and then you're back in the saddle here, right?
Yep,
Friday.
I'm free Monday.
Monday, why not Friday? Friday's 14 days.
No, I got notified on Monday.
But you started quarantining on Friday.
No. Nope, last Monday is when I started quarantine. Yep.
So let's talk a little sports, and then we'll go to election stuff late as we close the show.
All right.
You're number 2.
Number 2.
No, they got you guys up to number 2.
Number 2.
After one game.
And after 2 games. And the number 1 Heisman contender right now.
Fields?
Yes.
Yeah, that one. I might have to agree with that one. He played well.
What's killing Trevor Lawrence is COVID. That took away his stock right there. I mean, unfortunately for the kid, and I feel sorry for him. I really do. I think that, you know, he deserves a shot. COVID notwithstanding, he's a good quarterback.
He's still going to be the number 1 pick in the draft if he leaves.
I don't think that he's going to leave because, by all indication, the Jets are going to be the number 1 drafters this year.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's a mistake that he don't leave because he has 1 year, or he's eligible to play 1 more year. But if he gets hurt, then there's all the millions gone.
Well, true, but you know the thing about being drafted number 1 is you're always going to go to the worst team that there is.
Yeah, but that's the rule of thumb.
That is. I mean, let's look at what happened.
They could trade him.
They took Cleveland. Cleveland did well with Mayfield. I don't like the guy. I think he's a jerk. But this year they're actually doing pretty well.
Yes.
I think Joe Burrow is going to do very well in Cincinnati.
Yes.
In a couple more years.
I agree with you. So the same thing can go with this kid going to the Jets. Is that, you know what I mean, him being at the helm, if he's going to be a pro, and maybe they get some other picks, maybe they can get a decent season his first year and do something differently for the second year. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean, the kind of money they're offering these kids coming out of college, all he needs is 1 bad sack, and he hurts his shoulder or his knee, and then there's all the millions gone.
Yeah,
and the ultimate goal is to play for the NFL.
He's a Dak.
Everybody would want to pick the top 3 or 4 teams.
He gets Dak. He gets Prescotted. That's what happens. You get hurt, you're done. You get Dak.
That's what I'm saying. So, does he want to play 12 more games and with the chance, and maybe not a good chance, but maybe a good chance of getting hurt, and then all the millions are gone.
But if he always feels like he wanted the Heisman, the only way he's got to do is play 1 more year.
Yeah, but you know what? Heisman aside,
All about the money.
I'm going with the $25 million they would offer him.
I think that I would do that as well. I would go for the money
you know
versus.
What? He's not going to go anywhere with his looks.
No, he's not a good-looking kid whatsoever.
I think the hair and the bandana makes him look worse. I think if he didn't have that do and that way he wears that bandana, he wouldn't look like he could be in the next movie with Shrek.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? But I'm going for the dough.
Caitlin.
You don't. What did Caitlin say?
Yeah, during the process, we have to manage switching pressure.
That's all I'm going to say.
So CAO back to school. We'll go back and forth.
All right, okay, whatever you want.
CAO has a limited run of the Vision coming back out again. If you ever got to smoke one of those back in the day, but also CAO got how's that? Imperial Brands completed a sale of its premium line for $1.4 billion.
$1 billion, yep.
Which includes the Monte Cristo, Romeo and Juliet, the H. Upman, the CAO.
So they sold, huh?
They sold.
And who bought them?
Some consortium. They said.
So a group then?
Yeah. 1.44 billion.
Yeah, 1,440,000,000.
And just think about how much that stock might go down after that Cat 5 hit Nicaragua and Honduras.
Ooh.
Right? That's crazy, man. It was going in as a 1-2, and it just spun up.
And it's going 5 miles per hour. That's all it's traveling. 5 miles per hour. So it's just sitting there. Churning. It's beating them up.
They were already flooding everything, man. It's crazy. And La Flor Dominica announced plans for a series of cigars, limited cigars that they're going to pair with food. And they're going to create food kits. So then when they have these things online and shit, you can pair the food with the cigar and cook the food at the time that they're cooking it.
And smoke one.
Yeah.
And smoke one. That sounds like a cool idea.
What's that? Omaha Steaks would be smart to get involved in something like that.
Oh, absolutely, dude. They make some good. They have some good steaks.
Yeah, I've had the box delivered here a few times.
I might want one of those for Father's Day this year, maybe.
Huh?
Caitlin?
Caitlin, are you listening, girlfriend?
She actually went to school when she was in St. John's in Catholic school up to 8th grade. There were triplets in her class, and they were the 3 kids of one of the senior VPs at Omaha State.
Yeah. So they're sitting in Mercedeses.
No, they're good kids. Those parents didn't let them. They earned everything they got. They were smart kids, though.
Wow.
That's a rarity.
Yeah, right. What else? What else?
Mort. I forgot what I was going to say, but how you doing? Shit.
People want to be the outsider. They want to be the change agent. Not in the case of.
We got 100 episode.
I'll tell you how I'm doing, Mav.
And so much of that was driven in the internals on the Democratic.
Nice.
Yeah. No pants, baby.
We don't need to see that shit.
I hear you.
I did put on long pants to go stand in line today, though.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it was a little bit chilly.
It was when we walked out there, but by the time we got there and got in line, it got crazy, man.
There was some lady at the polls who was, as you know, Bones was saying there was vote, and I'm thinking there's only a couple of things to vote on. And she was there for 15 to 18 minutes. I'm going, come on, man, what are you doing?
Dude, I was out of there. Once I hit the booth, I was out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it didn't take me long. I knew what I was going to do. I went down and said, there it is. Next.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Yep. Except for the write-in. The write-in, that took me probably longer than actually voting.
Actually, everything else, right?
Yeah.
Now, did Stephanie go vote too?
Oh, yeah.
Who's Stephanie?
My daughter-in-law.
His daughter-in-law, who is a complete opposite of Ben.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me about that.
I think she voted green, though. I think she went to the Green Party.
That's good. That's a vote. I mean, a vote's a vote.
Vote's a vote. I don't fault anybody for who they voted for.
No.
Me either.
Not
Life's
until
too short.
Not till they're waiting in food lines and shit like that.
They're not paying my bills, so they can't complain about me either.
Right.
Dude, this is a really good cigar.
Who makes that?
The DAV,
DAV.
Armin Caprileon out of New York.
You say we got some of those? We got some of those to give away?
In his party, he plants the flag and they have to rally around.
No, you don't. I thought you said you had some of those to give away.
I can give them away, but the show's going to have to pay for them.
Ah,
Dude, that's private stock, man. I'm gonna have to.
When
be
is our
careful.
100th episode? On the
No-
17th of November?
November 17th.
So that's 2 Tuesdays from now.
yep.
Yeah. Are we gonna take off Thanksgiving week or
Thanksgiving is on a Thursday.
right?
We'll talk about it. We got plenty of time.
Welcome, Kirk. You know, Caitlin says Kanye West 2024. She talked to her mom yesterday, and mom was telling me this morning. Caitlin watched. She said, "Mom, if you have 3 hours to waste, watch Joe Rogan's podcast with Kanye West. He's actually
3 hours it was?
He said he's actually a pretty intelligent guy. That he talked about all the stuff he did his crazy shit when he was on depression medication and shit like that, you know. But she go, you know, I would be depressed too if I had to live with the freaking
Karshidian.
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah.
Oh hell, dude, no. No, I'd rather watch Jersey.
Somebody has to. Might as well be me.
I'd rather watch Jersey Shore.
Me too. But I mean, I watched a couple episodes of them and some of their outfits. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't remember what they said or not, but I remember their outfits they were in.
Now, one of my best friends who just passed away, his daughter is one of the stars on the Floribama show.
They still doing that? They're not doing that anymore, are they?
Oh yeah, they're still doing it. Yeah, he was really proud of her being on there, and I was like, yeah, I think I'll pass on watching that.
Proud, right?
Yeah, I like the kid. She's a nice kid, but you know when you throw them into that situation, you know what it's all booty call.
Yeah.
Look at
all
her.
it is.
The V35, the Cafe Connecticut, and the DAV El Presidente.
El Presidente.
It really is good. Oh no, maybe you guys get one for Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
A 3-pack or something.
I'm waiting for my
something.
I gotta talk to
Oh, he wants to get a hold of Alan Erickson.
Oh yeah.
So just
You
go
know-
on Facebook, just message him.
I messaged him on Facebook and I'm ordering everybody's Christmas present through him.
because he moved from the top of the mountain down back to the city.
Now, did we ever solidify the double or nothing this past weekend, or did you bone out on that one?
And then went on double. Who they got this weekend?
No, last weekend you were flapping your gums about Ohio State getting beat.
I wasn't flapping the gums. I just said I was rooting for the underdog of Penn State. I always root for the underdog when I don't have a skin in the game.
Right?
I like to see the underdog.
Well,
So you didn't want to go double or nothing then, right?
As long as you're not playing me, my team, you know what I mean? I want you guys to win. I want his team to win. I want your team to win. As long as it ain't playing me, because I'm supporting you guys.
Underdog.
I think it's funny listening to Bones complain
Complain about what?
about losing.
I never complain about losing.
Oh, no.
My team loses. I go to bed at night. I get sleep. I don't. It doesn't. It's a
Yeah,
bad.
but you complain when it's the 63-yard field goal when you're winning.
That's fucking crazy. That's nuts. Like last night, they had it. That was pass interference in the end zone on the 2 points.
I didn't think so.
He got there a little. It hit his arm, but he got there a little bit too early. They should have.
I said either way, it wouldn't upset me. I wouldn't have been like, oh, that's bullshit. But either way, but I didn't think it was.
And what I said was, yeah, that should have. I thought it should have been pass interference. And then I looked at Ed. I said, I probably should keep my mouth shut because I'm going to start sounding like a freaking New Orleans Saints fan when it comes to pass interference.
Oh.
No, it was the kid had a good drive going down the field. He played well. He made 2 mistakes, getting sacked. He threw it away, and he should have just taken the sack. He just, he made two mistakes. But he's a good quarterback, man.
What do you think about this? There was 2 games last week that got the teams lost because they did not take a knee before they scored. Rookie mistakes on the coach's part. Instead of going and scoring, they should have taken a knee and just ran the clock out. Instead, they turned around. Both teams that were behind came back, tied the game, beat them in overtime.
So what do you mean? What did they do that they didn't take a knee?
They went into the end zone. They scored too fast. They gave the other team like less than 2 minutes, but still the other
they gave
team
an opportunity to come back.
Yeah, but in college, that's a coach's decision.
twice. It happened in the pros as well.
Oh, the pros, I can see that mistake, but in college, that's a coach's decision to score and go for it.
The coach on both counts, one of them was the Falcons, the other was Penn State when they played Indiana. Both times the players realized right before they crossed the goal line, I wasn't supposed to cross the goal line. Falcons came back and lost the game.
But maybe the coach was thinking, all right, my defense is playing well. Let's go and get that score and force them to go down and score.
We can all do that Monday morning quarterback thing. I mean, what there should be and what should happen be.
If you're winning the game, you don't give your opponent the ball back.
Especially with the opportunity to tie or win.
That's right. You don't give them that opportunity.
Don't give them that. What was the point difference after they scored?
6, right?
No, it was 7 at the end of the day because they ended up coming back the Falcons it was 6, but Penn State it was 7. Indiana came back and got a touchdown, kicked the extra point, went into overtime,
and then they won the coin toss.
They won the coin toss. They actually went in overtime. The Falcons lost because of that play. Yeah. It's football.
Yeah, my team did pretty good this weekend, 47-17. They weren't playing nobody impressive, but still, a win's a win. They won convincingly. They played good.
The surprising team this year is
better than they have been in the last 2 weeks, besides them being out for 3 weeks because of COVID. But it was pretty. They had a bye and then 2 weeks.
The surprising team that has not done very well is LSU.
Dude, that thing is.
Didn't all their guys go to the pros?
A lot of them did.
But that just shows the lack of depth that they had.
Yeah, you're right. Because they got beat.
Did you watch that video I put out about the you got to admit that was funny.
That was funny.
They had this LSU coach or guy in the LSU jersey sitting at one table on one screen, and then you had the other screen. You had 5 coaches. You had OSU and all the big powerhouses, Miami, Florida, and all the big schools.
Texas.
They were all getting on LSU for not defending the national championship, right? And they were getting on, and then the LSU started coming back at them like, well, you guys are like shit this year. What are you talking about? You're talking about prestige of a school, a school, and you guys are playing crap. But it's a messed up season. COVID partially to blame. I think it's all COVID. And who starts this weekend? All right, they haven't even played a game yet, and the Pac-10 starts this weekend.
Yep, Pac-12.
And the season's 33% over.
5-6. Yeah, it's over 50%. It's almost
somewhere in December is where the final games.
It's almost 50% over, dude.
It ain't gonna be. It ain't all the bowls. It ain't gonna be cool.
No, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be a lame year.
It's gonna be pretty lame. I think so too.
I'll tell you what I do regret though. The kneeling and the flag and the military thing and all that. I still enjoy watching football, but I miss fantasy football, and I'm going to do it next year because it makes a game. If I'm watching the Cowboys play the freaking Redskins, it's a shitty game to begin with, but at least you got something. Oh, I got a player on this team, or the other guy's got a player on that team. You got something to
Well, I
look
think
at.
a lot of things are going to change next year.
Do you really? What do you think's going to change?
I think they're going to in the management area in football. I think contracts are going to be written differently for some of things that are going on that won't allow it to go on. You know what I mean? I think we'll be a good past this COVID stuff. So maybe some of the teams can play and play right. You know what I mean? And it'll be a good season next year instead of this lame one we had this year. I think that's going to happen. But I think there's going to be stricter rules with some of the way these guys behave off and on the field.
I want to see fans back in the stands.
Yeah. And I think the fans will be back in the stands, and that's a big part of the game, as we just learned, through this year.
Very tight, as expected in Florida, as we wait for the rest of that.
Yep. I want to see fans back in the stands. Even if it's just
sad. That's really sad that they're not.
Even if it's just a third, if that's what their COVID thing is,
right?
Even if it's just a third of the stadium, I think that they could do that.
That'd be 30,000 per se in most stadiums, right?
In the larger stadiums, yeah.
Yeah, 30,000. But I just want the whole hoorah of all of them being there. You know what I mean? And let's get this, for safety first, of course, but let's get this thing behind us, and let's get America back.
Folks, you know what I mean? Let Florida get away. Is that better, Kalen?
Interesting night, guys.
Oh, it's going to be a long night. Well, no, not really. I'm still going to go to bed on time.
Not me.
I got nothing else better to do.
Welcome, Doc. Doc Rodriguez is on the line.
Yes,
hey,
he is.
How's it going, brother?
Kurt, he better pull South Carolina. He said the other night, if he wins. If he doesn't, he goes back to the life he was leading before he.
I don't think we're going to have a problem.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. One of the most highly contested presidential elections in my life.
Dude, I went to the polls at 10:30, and at 10:30, there were 100 million votes cast. Already, 100 million. That's 33%. It's never been like that before.
And those were mail-in votes.
Yeah, it's never been that high before.
No,
it's crazy. But again, how many votes aren't going to make it in because they got lost somewhere or they disappeared? Or there was a girl we saw on the news the other night. She was a nurse up in New York, working in New York, right? COVID stuff from Florida. She requested an absentee ballot, and it never made it to her. So what did she do? She spent the $600 to fly down to Florida so she can vote and flew back.
Wow.
That's dedication. That's dedication.
That's why they want to have her vote heard. She wants to be heard.
I think we got a problem when we're going into the presidential election, the day of election day, and within weeks before, they're boarding up Rodeo Drive, they're boarding up all these stores, they're boarding up everything. Dude, is it gonna save the glass? If you're gonna do anything, pull the merchandise out, because if they want to get in, they're getting in.
I'm still baffled by the behavior of folks that's how they want to voice themselves.
That don't get their way. It's a temper tantrum.
I don't necessarily think that, but I bet you a lot of the ones that are younger, low 20s and younger, don't even vote.
I just got an election result from Mississippi.
I mean? I don't think they even vote.
They say that Trump's predicted to win Mississippi.
Oh, that was there was no question about that.
I talked to a lot of folks in the last couple of weeks, and I did post my last political post this morning on Facebook. No more. We're done. It's over. Who wins wins. I'm trying, Caitlin. I'm trying, guys.
No, you're just gonna have to. It's gonna be there. Tonight's just that night. If it were the national championship game of NFL or NCAA, it'd be rowdy. It'd be rowdy in the backgrounds. It'd be noisy.
Yeah, but you're hearing the same stuff over and over again. You can see the numbers, and they're all projections right now. That just the channels projecting this and that, because it's showing Trump with 59% of the vote, and they got the check mark by Biden. It's like none of this makes any sense.
Yeah, it ain't gonna matter until it's all counted up.
Yeah, it could be a couple of weeks after, man.
Well, I think tonight you're going to have kind of the answer.
Yes.
But, and I'm sure that maybe the numbers will be skewed in a sense where the numbers of votes for each one, but I can't see a state like Florida where all their absentee ballots, if they're counted, is going to actually go like 90% to Biden and 10% to Trump. It's mail-in ballots are almost a 50-50 thing.
Yeah, that they said that big time. I'm getting all these texts from stupid people wanting money. Email. So click on this link because we got a package waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm getting them too lately.
And all this shit.
Although I've had a couple of packages delivered to me.
Dude, you know what he got here the other day? Another razor, another electric razor.
For the upper or lower?
Upper.
Okay.
There's only one who use on the lower, and that's the 2.0 of Manscaped.
High and tight.
This one's battery operated, so you won't see it plugged in the shop.
Oh yeah, you will. It'll be charging.
No, I mean it's like double A.
Double A.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I got it from next door from Tom.
But now, if you want
Tom at the hair place, he has a nice one where you just do your lines and
babyless.
You do your neck and stuff like that.
Now, if you guys
quickie.
If you guys want to win something, okay, you go to one of our sponsors, the Cigar Enthusiast. You go to that. You make sure you're following his page, Cigar Enthusiast, and you take a Cigar Enthusiast pose. Okay.
Right.
It's No Shave November, and you have to take your picture, put it out there, and put #CENSN. Cigar Enthusiast No Shave November, and he's giving away some stuff.
Are you not shaving at all?
I'm not shaving. I can shave the head. The head doesn't
here,
count. The beard and the mustache. This is all. You can groom. You can groom. You can tighten up, but you can't. You got to let it go. You got to let it.
I gotta tighten up down here.
Dude, you should just shave it off and keep it off, man.
I like the Amish look.
I see wolf patches with more hair than that.
I got more hair on my ass, but hey,
dude, I
hear you.
That's a fact.
I hear you.
You know that for a fact, huh? Because you smooched on it a few times.
The TV, the boards. I put the 2x6s up in the rafters. They're screwed in to put the
TV up for the deck.
Oh yeah.
A nice Sunday night game over there would be nice. Dark, TV on, the fire pit lit, and a couple of cigars blowing.
Only going with
can't go wrong.
And the first one that burns a hole in that furniture is gone. Gone.
That is
gone.
You should put something over it.
Why?
So you don't burn it.
Don't fall asleep.
Like a throw blanket.
So you can set the throw blanket on fire.
Oh, the lawn furniture.
It'd be better than furniture.
The dogs have used that more than us. Kenai's used it more. He jumps up on that shit. I'll come home at night and that dog is sleeping on his pillow, his little doggy bed with his blanket in the living room. Out. I go in, take a shower, do the what's it called? Better stream it. I don't understand what she means by better stream it, but anyway. By the time I get out of the bathroom, he's in my side of the bed, laying down. And trying to move that dog to get in under the covers is a pain in the ass.
It's your dog.
No, he's not my
More
dog.
like vinyl.
Not my dog. He's going back. Caitlin's friend Bill is. They're gonna rent a car. He's gonna rent a car up in Omaha. Drive down here, pick the dog up.
What's up, Chip?
Drive it to not the doctor, but the company in LA. Drop it off with all his stuff, and they'll take care of the dog from there. And I can't even. He loves that dog. I can see why he loves that dog. It's really a good dog. Playful, needy. Oh, I got you, Caitlin. That makes sense now. Yes, we can stream the watch party when we watch the Sunday night football game.
Yeah, we could.
Well, who's Philly have this weekend coming up? They don't have the Giants, do they? No, it's not this weekend.
No, it's
We got to stick on that game.
yeah.
Oh, even though they lost last night, they're still the Giants are only 2 games out of first place in the division. It's feasible. It's literally feasible. And this is sad to say, but it is what it is. That a team can host a playoff game being like 5-9 or 5 and whatever.
Yep.
It can happen.
5-11. Yeah.
It can happen.
Right.
Yes, it could.
It is a busy night in here tonight, man. That's good though. People are concerned and they're worried about everybody in this room. I bet everybody in this room went out. Did everybody in this room vote today?
I voted before today, but yeah.
Everybody voted, right?
I
That's not bad. I mean, it was an hour and a half. I can't. It could have been worse. Could have been real cold. It could have been raining. That would have been.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Now there was this old lady that was behind us, and she had those little chairs. They're about that big, and they got the 3 little legs that you put down.
Yeah,
and you sit
yeah.
on. It's like a cane,
Like a little
type thing.
disc thing.
And she didn't look healthy, and she got to the point where she looked like she was about to pass out. So they finally came and brought a wheelchair. The pastor of the church came, got a wheelchair, wheeled her out, let her vote, and kept her in the office until the lady behind us volunteered to give her a ride home. She walked by herself from where the church is. If we went to Henshaw, where the school is, and made a left, she said she lived the second driveway up on the right. And you know how long that driveway is.
Yeah.
She walked a good bit.
I don't know how she made that walk. I don't, but she made it out to vote.
Well, there was a lady behind me that was 90-something years old.
Really?
Yep.
By herself, or
She was with a couple of other ladies, but yeah, she was there to vote.
good for her. Now, where did you end up going?
The Civic Center.
That's where you went, right? Now, can't we vote wherever, and they approve wherever you vote for some reason?
No.
I read an article the other day that said you could do that. But I don't know. But I did read today that because I was going to wear my Trump hat and stuff, and they said even you can't do that. In the state of Mississippi, it's again. Certain states have certain rules on what you can wear and not wear. You can't campaign. You can't do any of that. Any candidate's got to be within 150 feet away from the polling place, or 1,500,
That's right.
or something like that, which I can understand. But somebody like Bobby going to wear or Bob wearing his hat, he's not campaigning.
Got to take it off. You'll notice
I
this.
see 2 guys with Trump hats on in at the Civic Center. Nobody said nothing. No. Who was Did you see Ron at the Civic Center?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Ron
was volunteering. Yeah,
Santa Claus?
yeah.
I thought about that next time, volunteering to do that. But
It's pretty cool.
that'd be a long day.
It's a long day. They said they were there at 5 o'clock this morning.
Setting everything up.
Setting everything up and making sure everything was cool.
I didn't see any problems with the machines this time around. The last time we had it, the machines were going down. They had to get replacements. It slowed things down a little bit. But this line actually moved. It was pretty smooth. Kayla said she was in and out where she's at in 5 minutes.
They were running out of cards when I was there.
Yeah.
How do you run out of cards?
There were so many people that were waiting to actually go to the machines.
Oh, I got you. And then they had to recharge. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you were waiting in line to get a card, and we were standing in line waiting to get the card.
Right.
So what do we got? We got. Let me. I got some. Oh, here we go. My religious leader again comes out the last couple of days and tells atheists, you don't have to believe in God to make it to heaven.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how. I really don't know how I feel about that. That goes against everything that I was taught about the church. And
what do you think, Mort?
But I'm interested in this because elections tell
I just say, wow, that's from.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that.
I could tell you just from my experience that the biblical scriptures are very plain and very clear on that there is only one way to get to heaven according to the scriptures, and that's through faith in Christ. And an atheist that has no faith, it's not my place to condemn them. That's not my job. That's not my place.
absolutely.
But I can just tell you that those scriptures are very clear that they say this is the only way.
That was like when I went through. I didn't get back. I got baptized, confirmed, and married in the Catholic Church in the same day in less than an hour.
Yeah.
And I went through the RCIA classes while we were going through. They made us go through marriage counseling classes, get married. We were already married 12 years. We were discussing this before. Just tell me how much it is. I'll write one check and stop hitting me up every week.
Yeah.
But I had questions for him when he's teaching these classes. One is like, all right, if he's such a great person, why did he not figure out a way when they parted the Red Sea to not kill all them people after they made it through? Why did he kill all them people? I know it was a movie, but blah, blah, blah. Then he got into this thing where somebody read their last rites. So he basically said, if you can be a serial killer and known you killed 30, 40 people, whatever it was.
Yeah.
As long as you're on your deathbed and you show
Truly repent
and show sincere that I didn't mean to do it, blah, blah, blah. The priest can give you your last rites and you can still go to heaven. I said, that makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense. And Father Joe kept on looking at me like, this is coming from a priest whose girlfriend came to the seminary. His old girlfriend came to the seminary the night before he was getting ordained to try and talk him out of it. But there's just certain things. I do believe there is something out there. There's something for so many people to have faith in something. There's got to be somebody or something out there. There has to be. But they're saying you don't have to believe.
I posed it when I was getting on confession. I posed the same question, but I used Hitler as if he truly repented, and he said the same thing. He gets to go to heaven.
I don't get that.
And I said, I don't understand. I didn't understand that either. You know what I mean? I didn't understand that either, but I guess whatever your check you're giving them decides that.
It's not my place.
Nope.
There was a Halloween. Who won the Halloween costume party? Who won
This here?
Yeah.
We didn't have
They didn't have it?
No.
Well, they had the Halloween party. They just didn't have to give away from it.
We just did it for the kids, and it was a nice showing for the kids.
They did a trunk and treat.
Yeah, trunk and treat.
I saw that.
Nice for the kids, and there was about 30 kids that showed up, and they got loads of candy, and it was pretty nice for them. Because we had a sign out by the road, and people pulled out and pulled around and got out of their cars and let their kids walk up, and we gave them a bunch of candy. There was about 8 or 10 of us that gave out candy, and that was nice.
It's nice to have that after the storm.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was. Our fence is almost done. He'll be done with our fence
What is
tomorrow,
up with
man.
this Pope?
I don't know what's up with the Pope, man. It's a good question. Is it? So we have November 14th is a. I wrote it down. I thought I wrote it down.
Saturday?
No, November 14th is a. Who's having like a virtual smoke fest?
That's a Friday.
Yeah, November.
Was it the 17th? It's a Tuesday.
Oh,
That's a Friday, right?
virtual barn smoker on November
That's a
14th
hard smoker.
from 3 to 5. Now I know Smoking Abe from Smoke In is having an event. I got to get the date on that. It's like an 8-hour. You buy your ticket, you get certain things, you log on, you're part of the Zoom, and all that good stuff. But is Rocco? Yeah, Rocco's still here. Rocco's sitting in the back. You see, back in the yellow shirt, way back.
Oh yeah,
We were talking.
Rocco.
We were talking about Jersey and New York. He said he's got a friend, and I never knew this. In the state of Jersey, for sure, if you sell a house and leave the state of Jersey, you got to give them 3% of the house sale. That's like a thing for leaving the state and taking the money with you. Like that's crazy.
It's like a fine.
It's a good point, Kurt.
That's $9,000 you got to get.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For what? Leaving? You're getting penalized for leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're taking your money out of the state.
And then
So you get fined.
Well, pretty much, yeah. You penalized.
but what,
Yeah.
Well, how do they? I mean, there's got to be a way of getting out without letting them know you got out. But not ours, but my home state of New York again. Cuomo comes out with another good one.
All right.
You have to, it's kind of like when Brendan went to Australia. You had to 4 days before you got you had to test negative within 4 days of getting on that plane to go to Australia. He went from LA to Dubai. He had to be negative within those 4 days, and then he goes into quarantine. He went into quarantine for 2 weeks and had to test negative again to get out.
Yeah.
New York, you have to test negative 3 days before you get on the flight. And once you get there, you have to quarantine for 3 days and test negative again on the 4th day. And he's got the National Guard at every flight and every airport in New York checking people when they come and make sure they fill out their paperwork. Later, John.
Well, one of the
National Guard.
one of the interesting things about the military's imposed quarantine is you cannot test out of it. You're in for 14 days, period.
Correct.
Can't test out.
It's a DOD thing across the board. End of story. Even though the CDC says 10 days, the military is still 14 days.
And you can't test out. You can't do like Saban. You can't do like Trump and test out of it.
Nope. Now, what's weird, I had somebody work for me that tested positive and tested at the VA. And the VA get 10 days. Boom, you're done. You're out. Go back to work. But I said, you work for the DOD, so therefore you need to stay in for another 4 days.
Right.
Just to keep yourself out of trouble. You know,
Yep.
You got a commander that said, you're quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yep.
End of story.
And then you do the contact tracing to see who you were in contact with, and they get the notification just like I did.
Yeah,
Yep.
exit. Kevin Corliss is calling it an exit tax.
Exit tax.
What it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's tax. It's money.
That's
New York,
nuts.
New Jersey, they love that money.
It goes to the state.
Yep.
The state does absolutely nothing good with it because they're so broke in the state of New York. And it's
I gotta use the restroom.
It's disgusting. I got nothing else other than we have 100th episode anniversary on the 17th of November. Remember, whoever is subscribed on YouTube is eligible for whatever we're going to give away.
Deem the prize.
It's going to be a random generator, and it's just going to be one person wins everything, whatever it is. Don't know. Might be some cigars, ashtrays,
Some type of swag.
swag, hats, whatever. Not of ours because we don't have anything yet. We're still looking for a logo. You can come up with a good logo for us other than that one we have in the top right, something that we can put on T-shirts and hats and cups and stuff like that. But we need something simple that's easy to put on shirts and hats and stuff.
Are we
Yep.
done for tonight?
I think so. Are we done for the night?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we only got 6 minutes anyway.
All right.
It's my birthday month too, by the way. So anybody that wants to give me anything, just
Yeah,
feel free.
we're gonna have to.
I ain't get shit. I ain't getting nothing. from anybody.
5.5
I
Legs
got from
Virtual
you. I
Cigar
got from you.
Lounge. We're going to wish you good night, and we'll see you next Tuesday. And we'll be talking about what happened through the course of the night tonight.
In the
I'm
week.
sure we will.
It's
All
gonna be a
right. So
long
good
week.
night, folks, and have a great night. Good night, Bones. Good